I believe that's called a winning streak.
Back to back.
2 wins in a row for the Jets as they defeat the Cleveland Browns at MetLife Stadium 27-20, up their record at 2-7 on the season. Welcome to Jets Postgame Live, presented by Audi. Visit your Tri-State Audi dealers to get behind the wheel of yours today. Alongside Bart Scott, Willie Colon, Connor Rogers, I'm Steve Gelbs.
We ain't gonna cook your greens today, man.
What? I mean, that's on you, man. That's on you. That's on you. You want to get out of here quickly?
You're
Let's keep it succinct. Listen, there were a lot of positive signs, I thought, from the Jets today. After a pretty tumultuous week, you lose 2 of your best players, 2 of your emotional leaders. I thought the defense came out and played really pretty well. We saw Breece Hall at the end. Well, hold on a second. We saw Breece Hall at the end. Certainly the special teams was fantastic. But before we get into all that, and we'll get into Justin Fields too, who is not quite as good. But before we get into all that, can we just talk about that final drive and the Browns? I mean, The Browns just handed the Jets that victory at the end with some absolutely unbelievable penalties.
In the environment that we're living in recently, I got to wonder. I got some questions about that's impossible.
Yeah.
Like, come on, that is
multiple times.
Everybody out there knew that there was no way the Jets was right. They were just doing that to take the penalty and punt the football. That is wow.
I loved Stefanski just taking the headset off and just saying, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, basically walking off.
That's unbelievable. Like, forget the third the third and 17.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Kevin Stefanski, that's when you tell your team to walk home. Yeah. Like it felt like that. It was no other option but not to move. The fact that we even talking about it, it just shows you where the NFL is at right now.
It was a real jump, too.
Yeah, it was almost like he had no clue what to do. It was nonsense.
Membu's dance when they jumped off sides was the highlight of the season for me. That was just all time. And just dancing right in front of them.
Yeah. I tell you, man, shout out to the special teams. I mean, because, talk about the special teams has been one of the strengths. And it is difficult to try and figure out how to make hay or try to return kicks in this new landscape with this new rules and flat line and all that stuff. But you can't complain about the rules. You just learn how to take advantage of it. And, you talk about the returner today, man, great job, back to back. I don't know if that's ever happened.
We haven't seen it in a long time.
Very rare.
Back to back, for returns. But that was the only points that we were able to really have. And I think today was another example that even with Garrett Wilson back, the offense has to run through Breece Hall.
That's it. I mean, we're going to talk about special teams as it goes on. But we were sitting there watching this game going, I mean, clearly Justin Fields doesn't have it again. Why are they not just handing the ball to Breece? And as soon as they decided to do that, 17-17 game, that touchdown drive, essentially was just hand the ball to Breece and let him go.
But I think there's a correlation there with the returns. The returns, while they could be fluky in this league, you're not going to return a punt and a kick every week. Mm-hmm. They allowed the Jets to play the rhythm of the game that they're dying to play. What happened? Will McDonald pinned his ears back. He had 4 sacks today. Jermaine Johnson had a big sack. The Browns became a team that was throwing the ball more than they'd like to, and Dylan Gabriel can't live that way. He can't. And the Jets, because they weren't playing catch-up like they were 2 weeks ago, down 2 scores the whole game, were able to lean on 3-yard runs from Breece Hall. Yep. Those weren't an easy 3 yards. Mm-mm. They were, I got to make somebody miss, then I got to run through somebody's face, and I got to fall forward. This is a great defense they did this against today. So the special team, getting scores from different areas that you're not used to, allow them to play a different way, a way that benefits them. You don't want to play against the Jets like that because they do have some pass rush. They can run the ball, and we saw that impact the second half.
And I also think anytime you're able to neutralize Miles Garrett the way they were able to, that's a confidence booster for that offensive line. That's when you do go back to the OC and you say, hey, man, we got it up front, lean on us. Do something where, especially when you have a quarterback like Fields, is not cooking earlier like you already stated. It almost, I told Bart, it almost feels like a conspiracy theory against Breece Hall. Because it doesn't, back-to-back weeks, we see when they lean on the run game, they hand the ball to Breece Hall, how the elevation of this offense just goes up 5 notches. You take so much pressure off Fields to try to be a playmaker when you just lean on Breece Hall.
Just get him touches. And shout out Quincy Williams for not allowing them to steal your joy. To come out and him make big plays. You talk about a sack as well. You talk about dominating the run game. You talk about what he was able to do as well. So this is what I don't understand. He's one of your better players. Like, come on now.
What I don't understand, though, just to go back to the point about Breece, right, and Quincy, and we're going to talk, again, there are so many positive things that we're going to get into as this show goes on, but when you're talking about Breece and the conspiracy, that it does look that way sometimes. If you're looking at traditional football, the thought is always, hey, you're going to utilize the run, you're going to set up the pass, right? this offense was supposed to be built that way, and I don't understand when you have a quarterback like Justin Fields and a workhorse like Breece Hall, why we consistently see them try to force Justin Fields early in the game, and then at the end, when it's not working, go to Breece rather than the opposite way.
I honestly don't know, but I also think when Breece is cooking, the offense seems like there's a better rhythm. And we also understand, like, Justin Fields is not the quarterback right now where he can just sit in the pocket and just dink and dunk all day. He has to be on the move. That's when he's on his best. So if you have a running back who you can really load up from a volume standpoint, get the offensive line to play behind their pass, and get a quarterback where you can use his athleticism, like all these things we've known since the start of the season. There's nothing new that we're talking about here, but yet they're stuck in one way, and it frustrates you because if you look at the first half, this game should have, with the special teams cooking the way they were, this game should have been over by halftime.
Yes.
Right? It took to after halftime into the fourth quarter to say, all right, let's go win this thing.
Yeah.
That's what's frustrating about the game.
I mean, Breece had 6 carries in the first half.
For 29 yards. I mean, it was efficient. It was enough.
Yeah.
I mean, even ended up with 21. Breece needs to get 30 touches a game,
Yes.
like, especially if he's not staying.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Well, he's got to stay. I mean, that's like you got to pay him.
But that's the beauty of it, though, right? I think today, when you saw what Jermaine did, you saw what Breece did, it makes you feel better about what you let go. Because now you're saying, okay, listen, if it wasn't those guys, it would have been these guys. And even the telecasts, like, they were baffled. Like, why doesn't he get more touches?
Yeah.
Like, it's apparent the talent